Good morning, y'all. It's Thursday morning, I guess. It's probably about 5 minutes just before 2. I'm on this rig. I had to walk off a location for a minute. I was over here by myself just doing some thinking, and they may still have a couple more hours before they're ready for me to do what they call me to do. I'm just doing some other stuff that some of the hands want done. But it's not really why they call me. They need me on the rig floor whenever they're shut down. What had happened was I was over here thinking, there's a lot of old rodeo hands in this oil field. And I'm a welder. And there's a lot of these old rodeo hands happen to be old bull riders, and typically these old bull riders wind up being welders. And I've often, or not terribly often, but sometimes entertained the idea, why is it that these bull riders wind up being welders? And I think I come up with it. It's I think, in my opinion, it's a lifestyle pattern or a lifestyle choice pattern that leads bull riders to become welders. Now, why is that, you say? Well, in rodeo on the whole is typically an immediate gratification sport. While there is series and year-long series with champions and then world champions, it's in each time you compete, it can be immediately gratifying. And so I'm not going to get too close to the rig because it gets louder and louder. But here's where I'm at. Bull riders like immediate gratification and immediate pay. And when you do all right in bull riding, it can pay well, or at least by the standards of how a bull rider lives, typically well. When I did it, I didn't hardly make enough to have to claim any taxes. But there was long periods of time where I just hung out during the week, waiting to go make a few more hundred that weekend so I could eat fast food and do other stuff I like to do. But this really ain't going anywhere except for the immediate gratification, and I guess the kind of the heroic factor of both of them. Bull riding in rodeo, while you must have all the events to have a rodeo, and on these rigs you got to have all the hands to poke a hole, but when there's a problem, they're calling a welder. And no rodeo is ever complete until the bull riding's over, if you know what I mean. And everybody loves that second section. They can get them all to sit down and shut up with that first section. They can get them to stay there knowing there's going to be a second section. So, when you get in a bind, I guess, know that there'll be a second section. There'll be a welder come out here. He may or may not have been a bull rider or an old rodeo hand. There's a pretty good chance if he's worth much, he probably was. Or if he ain't worth shit, he probably was. So, there ain't really any science I got for figuring that one out. But hope y'all have a great day. I hope I have a great day. There really ain't no telling how this is gonna go right now. Alright then.